Happy Tuesday, guys. What's up? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. This podcast always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com, the custom URL, OmahaSteaks.com/juice. Get you 4 free chicken breasts and 4 free pork chops just for using that special URL. Go and buy something nice for yourself heading towards Super Bowl Sunday, OmahaSteaks.com/juice. Minimum purchase may be required. All right. 2-1 night last night. Celtics win by 6. They were down by 17. They nearly come back. They were covering at one point, up by 9. Jason Tatum had a really costly turnover, so they win by 6. We don't get that right, but we win the bet. Texas covers +5. We get that right. They lost by 4. Houston wins. Texas covers. We called that right. And then we got the cover for the Nuggets. 1-1 in the NBA, 1-0 in college basketball. That's enough for the NBA here for today. I'm all excited. I'm all jacked up. If you guys need music, I don't know. I'm an old metalhead. I'm 46 years old. But Bad Omen's new song with Poppy, you guys who like metal, you know what I'm talking about. Go check out that track. That's one of the best songs I've heard in a long time. I've been listening to it for like the last 20 minutes getting ready for the podcast while I've been doing research, and I'm jacked up to do this podcast tonight. It puts you in a good mood, gets the heart pumping. It's good stuff. Speaking of getting the heart pumping, I got 3 college basketball bets for us here for tonight, and how about this? You guys like contests. We knew it. You guys got into it with our playoff pick contest, which, by the way, I got to check on who's leading that, who's going to win that as we head towards the Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks. But I'll get you an update on that tomorrow for tomorrow's podcast. I'll tell you what's going to happen for that. I really wonder. I don't know, but we're having another contest, all right? It is the BettingPros Super Bowl 58 contest. How do you enter this? Well, here is how you enter. This contest will feature a leaderboard based on return on investment, ROI. Prizes will be awarded to the overall winners. To qualify, here's what you have to do. Step 1, download the BettingPros app. Step 2, join the BettingPros group Super Bowl 58 contest. Then place a minimum of 5 NFL bets on the Super Bowl. All bets will qualify. Spreads, totals, player props, all of it will get you entered. To submit your picks and have your bets tracked, you can either, 1, sync your bets placed with your sportsbook, or log your bets manually through the BettingPros app. Make sure that you log your bets to enter them as quick picks and not custom picks in this contest. They will be giving away prizes from 1st to 5th place. First place will get a Fantasy Pros and a BettingPros premium subscription that is quite valuable, plus a $25 gift card to shop at bettingpros.com/shop. Swag, t-shirts you can get. You can go and pick up a Betting Pros hat, a Betting Pros t-shirt, a Daily Juice hat, a Daily Juice hoodie, whatever you want to go and pick up. It's all there. bettingpros.com/shop for that first place prize. We'll get you that premium subscription plus the $25 gift card. Second place through 5th place, you will get a $25 gift card to go ahead and to shop. bettingpros.com/shop. Download the Betting Pros app and join the Super Bowl 58 contest today. Leaderboards will only be available in the mobile application. Minimum of 5 bets. Here's the thing. You can either do the tracking with your book or not. It doesn't matter. Or I believe you can do more than 5. It's a minimum of 5, but you can do more than 5. So you have a ton of prop bets you want to run in there. ROI, right? Of the bets who are tracked, whoever winds up with the number 1 ROI will win this contest. So it may behoove you to have more than 5 bets, or maybe you just put one monster parlay together or something, one anytime touchdown parlay or something, put that together. That might win it, okay? bettingpros.com to go download. We'll first go and download the Betting Pros app, like we mentioned, in your app store, Google Play Store. Join the Betting Pros group Super Bowl 58 contest. Place the minimum of 5 bets, either by linking your sportsbook or as quick picks in the Betting Pros application. Best of luck to you guys to go and win and enter into that. I'll update you a couple of times before the Super Bowl to remind you to get your picks in and to enter that contest. Okay, let's start with South Carolina at Tennessee. So, KenPom has this as a 12-point win for Tennessee. They're at home. Games on the SEC network. South Carolina, 53rd in KenPom. Tennessee is 4th. Defensively, Tennessee, number 2 in efficiency, number 4 in effective field goal percentage, 25th in three-point percentage, number 6th in two-point percentage. They are tremendous defensively. Offensively, they're not bad either. 19th in efficiency, 107th in effective field goal percentage, 159th in three-point percentage, but 91st in two-point percentage. They hit their free throws, 42nd best in college basketball. I really want South Carolina to win this game. Here's why. There are 2 teams I want to bet on. The 2 remaining teams I want to buy futures on are North Carolina and Tennessee. I'm shopping. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm looking around. Carolina is like 14-1 at certain books. I'm getting very close to pulling the trigger. In fact, it could be tomorrow night. We could wind up jumping on here, getting our future wagers in with Tennessee and North Carolina. That will round out the 5-team future wager portfolio that I'm going to have for the NCAA tournament. But I think this is too many points. It's 15 points. 15 points. Again, KenPom has it as a 12-point win, and the numbers are quite striking for South Carolina. They are 7-1 ATS on the road this year. They are 5-2 ATS in the SEC this year. They're 15-5 ATS on the year. Tennessee is 8-10-1. They're 6-3-1 at home, which is really good. I mean, winning on the road is incredibly difficult in college basketball. We know this. Winning and covering. I mean, Tennessee has played some really impressive teams at home. They beat Alabama by 20. They beat Florida by 19. They beat Ole Miss by 26. They beat Norfolk State by 37. They beat Illinois by 7. It was a push. They beat Tennessee Tech by 38. But they've blown out a lot of teams here, okay? This is the biggest spread of a game in the SEC this year for Tennessee. They played Vandy on the road in their last game, laying 13.5, and they won by 13. They're laying 5.5 against Bama, and they killed them. They were laying 10 against Florida, and they killed them. This is 15 points. On the road against Arkansas, last road game for South Carolina, they won the game by 13 as 3-point dogs. On the road against Missouri as 3.5-point dogs, they won by 2. They did get killed at Bama. They were catching 12. They lost by 27. That's the only game on the road they haven't covered this year. One game, they laid an egg against Alabama. But other games against Clemson, catching 8, lost by 5. Neutral, against DePaul, they only won the game by 5 points, but it's somewhat embarrassing. But Grand Canyon catching 4.5, they won by 7. Look at Tennessee's winning this game. I'm not going to debate that Tennessee wins this game, but South Carolina away from home is 6-2 ATS. I know Tennessee straight up is 10-0. They haven't lost a home game. They're not going to lose this game. I'm taking 15 points. I got a 17-3 team. I got a team that's nearly in the top 50 in KenPom, 53rd in KenPom, and a team that offensively is 59th in efficiency, 133rd in field goal percentage, 139th in three-point percentage, 143rd in two-point percentage. They're not a bad basketball team. They're going to be in this game. They'll lose this game by 10. Give me 15 points. This is just a straight principle play, okay? I just think South Carolina is not getting enough respect here. This is too much respect for Tennessee, in my opinion. Look, I've been wrong before. Home favorites have been home teams in general have just been killing it. Home dogs in particular. More on one here in just 1 second. But, man, I'm taking the dog. Plus 15, 1.1 units. South Carolina on the road at Tennessee. Speaking of North Carolina, they are on the road against Georgia Tech. They are 13-point favorites, or they'll win this game by 13 points, according to KenPom. Number opened at 11, immediately bet down to 9. That's where it is at the time of taping here. Carolina -9 on the road against Georgia Tech. This game is on ESPN. Georgia Tech is awful. Not awful, just not good offensively. 205th in defensively rather, not offensive, defensively. 205th in efficiency defensively, 136th in effective field goal percentage, 132nd in three-point defense, 156th in two-point defense. This Carolina offense is really, really good, 14th in efficiency offensively, 121st in effective field goal percentage, 90th in three-point percentage, 153rd, in two-point percentage. But the real problem for Georgia Tech is that their offense is just not going to score on Carolina. Carolina's defense is 3rd in efficiency, 16th in effective field goal percentage, 18th in three-point defense, and 20th in two-point defense. Georgia Tech, they're at home. I get it. 96th in efficiency, 230th in effective field goal percentage, 242nd in three-point defense, 192nd in two-point percentage. They score half their points inside, 32% of their points outside the arc. Against a team in Carolina, you have a 242nd ranking for three-point percentage against the 18th best three-point defensive team in college basketball. Defense travels. Look, we've been betting on Carolina. I'm not going to stop now. We bet them with Florida State. They covered. We bet them in Wake Forest. They covered. We bet them in Boston College. They covered. Bet them at Syracuse. They covered. NC State. They covered. Clemson. They covered. Pittsburgh. They covered. Oklahoma. They covered. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in 0. 9 straight games we have bet North Carolina, and 9 straight games North Carolina has covered. This is my most profitable basketball team in college hoops this season. Okay? When I'm on SportsGrid, I wear a North Carolina blue blazer. It's kind of a running joke when I'm on Friday nights on SportsGrid. Well, the reason is every time I wear that jersey, they win. I'm not wearing the jersey, but I'm wearing blue. I know Carolina has a big game coming up, and people are pointing to that going like, Matt, could North Carolina be looking ahead? They've got this big game coming up here against Duke. It's right around the corner. It's the next game. They're going to overlook Georgia Tech. They're going to look ahead to that home game against Duke on Saturday. Disagree. They're going to house Georgia Tech, in my opinion. I'm laying the 9. Disagree with the line move. Under 10, great. North Carolina, -9. They barely covered last time on the road against Florida State, but Florida State is much better than Georgia Tech. I got a team that's only lost 3 games all year, and they were on neutral floors. They haven't lost a true road game yet, and North Carolina has been absolutely tremendous on the road. 8-3 ATS up against Georgia Tech, who was 3-7 ATS at home. North Carolina is 7-2 in ACC play. ATS, Georgia Tech is 3-6. Give me the Tar Heels. -9. North Carolina on the road at Georgia Tech. One more bet to tell you guys about. Indiana at home against Iowa. This factors into our trend. Always got to find one of these, right? Team loses on the road. Actually, back-to-back losses on the road for Indiana. They lost at Illinois by 8, lost at Wisconsin by 12, coupled with a blowout loss at home against Purdue by 21. And this team is now 4-5 in the Big Ten. They're desperate. Iowa comes in. According to KenPom, this is a 2-point win for Iowa. The number is +1 for Indiana. They are a home dog. Iowa, look, offensively, we know what Iowa is, okay? They are a good team. They score a lot of points. They're a good team offensively. But on the road, ATS, Iowa is 4-4. They're 4-5 in the Big Ten. Indiana is 5-3-1 overall in the Big Ten. They're 6-5 at home. They covered their last game on the road against Illinois. They were catching 15 points. They lost by 8. In the 2 previous games against Wisconsin and Purdue, they lost and did not cover, but they did cover their last the home game before that, before Purdue against Minnesota, laying 4.5. They won by 12. Look, this is a game Indiana really needs. Iowa needs it too, but Iowa just beat Michigan on the road. They lost to Maryland and they lost to Purdue. They beat Minnesota. They beat Nebraska. They beat Rutgers. 3 very big games for them. Iowa's in a better position for a at-large bid. Iowa's 44th on KenPom. Indiana is 92nd for KenPom. This game could go over. Indiana is 98th in adjusted tempo. Iowa comes in 11th in adjusted tempo. So maybe you want to take a look at that total, which is 158.5. It is kind of high, but I would lean towards the over in that game just because I do think, given the pace, we're going to see offense here. But 5-6 to the over, Indiana. 6-2 Iowa on the road to the over. But Indiana may take the air out of the ball. They may slow it down and say, you know what, we're not going to run with them. We're going to bleed the clock down. Last game against Purdue did go over, but the home game before that against Minnesota, 143.5, the game went under. Home game against Ohio State before that at 148, the game went under. Don't trust the game to go over. Lean the over. Feel better about Indiana catching a point. Hoosiers at home in Bloomington. Tough place to play. Rocking atmosphere. They desperately need it. They're coming home after 3 straight losses. Mike Woodson needs a W for his 12-8 team, and they're 4-5 in the Big Ten. These are the games you can't afford to lose. They have Iowa and Penn State coming into town the next 2 games. Indiana's got to win it because they have a road trip against Ohio State and Purdue after that. And then Northwestern comes to town. Nebraska comes to town. They got 5 very tough games after these next, or 3, 4 very tough games after these next 2 at home. These are must wins for Indiana. I'm going to take the +1. Indiana +1 for 1.1 units. All right, 3 bets for us here on a Tuesday for us, all college basketball. South Carolina +15 on the road at Tennessee. North Carolina -9 on the road at Georgia Tech. Indiana +1 at home against Iowa. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning. The Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.